My dear children, come close to me now and rest in my presence. Picture the soft glow of altar candles flickering in the quiet sanctuary of your heart. Hear the distant chime of a church bell echoing through the morning air, reminding you that time itself belongs to me. Feel the gentle warmth of sunlight streaming through stained glass, scattering colors of grace across the floor of your soul. In this stillness, I am here with you. I am the one who formed you, who knows every sigh, every tear, and every hidden thought. You do not walk through the shadows of your regrets alone, for I am your Father, and I gather you close even now. Lay down the weight you carry. Let go of the ache of the past and enter into the peace of my embrace. So many of you are haunted by the what-ifs of yesterday. You wonder what might have been if choices were different, if opportunities had not slipped away. But, my dear children, listen to me. I am the Lord who restores. The ticking of the broken clock in your soul does not frighten me. I am the one who makes all things new, the one who repairs what was shattered, the one who redeems the time you thought was lost. In my hands, even the broken hours of your past can be restored into beauty and purpose. I love you with an everlasting love, and I have drawn you to myself with cords of kindness. I do not come to condemn you for the paths you walked, but to remind you of who I am. I am your Father, rich in mercy, abundant in compassion, slow to anger, and overflowing with steadfast love. The voice that speaks to you now is not one of shame, but of healing. I speak life where you have felt only loss. I whisper peace where you have known only turmoil. Stay with me in this moment, my dear children. Do not rush away, for this is holy ground, and I am speaking directly to your heart. My purpose today is to free you from the chains of regret, to open your eyes to the truth that I do not waste anything. Even the broken pieces of your yesterday are woven into the masterpiece of my design. Joel 2:25 says, I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten. Hear that as my promise. Nothing is beyond redemption when it is placed in my hands. My dear children, you look back and see missed opportunities. You replay decisions, wishing for a different outcome. You see the broken clock on the wall of your memory and wonder if it will ever tick again. But I tell you this, I am the God who holds time itself. I do not simply mend what was broken, I transform it. The clock that once lay shattered at your feet, I have picked up piece by piece, restoring it with my touch. What you thought was wasted is not wasted at all, for I redeem the story of your life. I know the heaviness that lingers when you lie awake at night, thinking of words left unsaid, paths not taken, doors that closed too soon. I see the ache when you recall moments where you wish you had been braver, kinder, more faithful. Yet I do not see you through the lens of your failures. I see you through the lens of my Son's sacrifice. His blood covers your past, His resurrection secures your future, and His Spirit breathes new life into your present. My mercy triumphs over judgment. My grace outweighs your guilt. Listen closely, my dear children. Nothing you have lost is beyond my ability to restore. That relationship you mourn, I can heal. That opportunity you think is gone, I can bring forth something greater in its place. That dream you buried, I can breathe life into again. For I am the one who says in Revelation, Behold, I make all things new. I am not limited by your past. I am not bound by your mistakes. Where you see only ashes, I see beauty waiting to rise. Where you see ruin, I see a foundation for glory. Come and rest in my presence. Let the river of living water flow over your weary soul. Imagine it now. A stream of crystal clear water pouring from my throne, washing away the dust of regret, cleansing the cracks of your heart, filling every dry place with life again. Let me remind you that I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. I do not change, and neither do my promises. My dear children, Joel 2:25 is not a distant word meant for another generation. It is my living promise to you today. I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten. I will restore not just days and months, but years, long stretches of your life that you thought were forever gone. I am able to bring harvest where there was barrenness, to bring laughter where there were only tears. Think of the broken clock once more, its hands frozen in regret, its face cracked, its chime silenced. But in my hands it does not remain broken. I restore it to working order, not just as it once was, but renewed, refined, redeemed. And when the hands of that clock begin to move again, they will not mark wasted time, but redeemed time, sanctified by my love. Every tick becomes a testimony of my faithfulness. Every chime becomes a song of hope. So, do not cling to the sorrow of yesterday. Release it into my hands. Do not let shame be the voice that shapes your future. I am your Father, and I speak a different word. I say you are forgiven. I say you are loved. I say you are chosen and cherished. My spirit within you is not one of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. Lift up your eyes from the ruins of yesterday, for I am doing a new thing. Can you not see it? Even now it springs forth. Stay close to me, my dear children. Let my peace settle on you like sunlight breaking through the clouds after a storm. Feel the warmth of my presence, steady and unshakable. Trust that I am with you in every step forward. And when the voice of regret tries to whisper again, answer it with my promise. The Lord restores. The Lord redeems. The Lord makes all things new. My dear children, listen carefully. I do not measure you by the failures you replay in your mind. I do not define you by the chapters you wish you could rewrite. I define you by my love, by the blood of my Son, and by the eternal covenant that cannot be broken. Where you see loss, I see the soil of new beginnings. Where you see finality, I see the starting place of resurrection. Think of the seeds scattered in the ground. To human eyes they appear dead, hidden in darkness, forgotten beneath the soil. But within them, life waits. At the appointed time, they break forth, pushing upward through the earth, reaching for the light. So it is with your life, my dear children. What you thought was buried beyond hope still carries within it the potential of my promise. At the right time, I cause it to bloom. I know you wonder, but Lord, what about the years I wasted, the time I can never recover? Hear me. I am not bound by the ticking of human clocks. I am not limited by the calendar pages you have turned with regret. I can do more in a single moment of my grace than you could accomplish in decades of striving. One breath of my Spirit can redeem an entire season of loss. One touch of my hand can restore the joy you thought was forever gone. Do not underestimate the power of my redemption. My dear children, regret is like a shadow that clings to you, whispering that the best is behind you. but I am the God of the present and the future, not only the past. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Your story is not finished. The hands of your clock are still moving because I have decreed more for you. Do not believe the lie that you are too late. With me, it is never too late. Let me tell you something true and eternal. I waste nothing. Not your failures, not your heartbreaks, not your lost opportunities. Every piece, every fragment of your story is redeemed in my design. I weave even the painful moments into a tapestry of glory. You may not see the full picture yet, but one day you will look back and understand that nothing was in vain. Pause for a moment and let my peace settle over you like the hush of dawn. Imagine the light breaking over the horizon after a long night. Feel the warmth spreading slowly, chasing away the darkness, awakening the earth. That is what I am doing in you. I am shining light into your shadows. I am awakening hope where despair has lived too long. I am breathing fresh wind into your weary spirit. Remember my word, I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten. This is not a distant echo, but my voice for you today. The locusts of regret may have devoured seasons of your life, but I declare restoration. Where there was barrenness, I will cause fruit to grow. Where there was emptiness, I will pour abundance. Where there was silence, I will fill your mouth with songs of joy. My dear children, think again of the broken clock. You have stared at it, remembering the moment its hands stopped, the season when everything seemed to collapse. You thought it would remain frozen forever. But I, your Father, pick it up. I do not discard it. I do not say, "It is worthless now." No, I hold it gently, tenderly, and with my perfect craftsmanship, I restore it. And when it ticks again, it does so not in shame, but in triumph. For every tick is now a testimony, every moment redeemed by my mercy. Come closer to me and release your fear, release your shame, release the false belief that you are defined by your mistakes. You are mine. You were chosen before the foundation of the world. You were loved before you took your first breath. Nothing can separate you from my love, not your past, not your failures, not even your regrets. Hear me, my dear children. I will not let the enemy write the final chapter of your life. The enemy comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. But I have come that you may have life, and life more abundantly. Do you see the difference? Where the enemy whispered condemnation, I speak grace. Where he pointed to your scars, I point to the cross. Where he tried to bury you in despair, I lift you into hope. So rise now in the truth of who I am. Walk forward not as prisoners of regret, but as children of promise. Do not look back with mourning, but look forward with expectation. The road ahead is filled with mercy, paved with grace, and covered by my presence. And when you feel the weight pressing in again, come back to me. Sit quietly in my presence. Picture again the river of living water, flowing steady and sure, cleansing, refreshing, restoring. Drink deeply of it. Let it wash away every whisper of accusation. Let it remind you that I am faithful to finish the good work I began in you. My dear children, there is nothing you could have done that is stronger than what I have already accomplished through the cross. Nothing is wasted in my hands. Nothing is beyond my reach. And nothing, no regret, no loss, no failure can separate you from the love that I have for you. So rest now. Let your heart find peace. Lift your eyes to me and see that I am making all things new. I am redeeming your story, restoring your time, healing your heart, and I will walk with you every step of the way until the broken clock of your soul not only works again, but chimes with the melody of joy everlasting. My dear children, I see how often you revisit the crossroads of your past. You stand there in memory, staring at the paths you did not take, the words you did not speak, the chances you let slip through your hands. You whisper to yourself, "If only." Yet I tell you, lift your eyes from the ground of sorrow and behold me. I am not a God of if-onlys. I am the God of even now. Even now I restore. Even now I redeem. Even now I breathe life into what seems beyond repair. Do you remember my servant Joseph, sold into slavery by his own brothers, cast aside and forgotten in a prison cell? To human eyes his story was marked by betrayal and lost years. But I was with him. What men meant for evil, I turned for good. In my perfect timing, I lifted him up and placed him in a position where his pain became the pathway to saving many lives. So it will be with you, my dear children. What you thought was wasted time, I am weaving into purpose. What you thought was the end, I am shaping into a new beginning. Consider also my servant Peter. He denied knowing my Son 3 times in the hour of his suffering, his heart shattered with regret, his soul burdened with shame. Yet I restored him. I called him to feed my sheep. I filled him with my Spirit, and he became a pillar of faith. His failure did not disqualify him. It became the soil where my grace bore abundant fruit. In the same way, your regrets will not disqualify you. They will become testimonies of my mercy. My dear children, pause now and picture a field after the locusts have swarmed. The stalks are stripped bare, the ground scarred, the silence heavy. It seems impossible that life could ever return. Yet my word is true. I restore the years the locust has eaten. Where there was devastation, I send the rain. Where there was emptiness, I cause green shoots to rise again. Where there was mourning, I bring forth joy. So it will be in your life. The barren field of your regrets will become a garden of praise. Do not despise your scars. They are not marks of failure, but marks of survival. They are places where my healing hand has touched you. They tell the story not only of pain, but of redemption. When you look upon your scars, remember that my Son bears scars as well, scars that tell the story of love conquering sin, of life conquering death. His scars are the seal of your forgiveness. And just as his scars shine with victory, so too will yours. Come walk with me now along the shoreline of your heart. See the waves as they rise and fall, carrying away fragments of regret with each pull of the tide. Hear the rhythm of the ocean as it sings of my constancy. The tide returns again and again, yet always brings renewal. So too, my grace washes over you again and again, unending, unfailing. You are not beyond my reach. My dear children, I know the voice of regret often whispers that you have missed your destiny. But hear my truth. No door closed by your past is greater than the door I open before you. I am the one who says, "See, I have set before you an open door, and no one can shut it." Do not believe that you have missed your only chance. With me, there are always new mercies, always new beginnings. Morning by morning, I renew my faithfulness. Look now at the broken clock once more. The hands once frozen begin to move. Slowly at first, then with steady rhythm. Each tick is a declaration. Time is not lost. Each chime is a proclamation. Redemption has come. The hours ahead are not empty. They are filled with promise. The minutes before you are not wasted. They are infused with my spirit. Let the sound of that restored clock remind you daily that I am faithful. Do not cling to the bitterness of regret. Release it into my hands. Regret is a heavy stone that was never meant for you to carry. Let me take it from you as I have borne every burden at the cross. Lay it down at my feet and feel the weight lift. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. I did not call you to walk bent beneath the load of yesterday's mistakes. I called you to walk free, to lift your head, to move forward in joy. My dear children, see the vision of a tree planted by streams of water. Its roots go deep, drawing life from a hidden source. Its leaves do not wither, and it bears fruit in its season. So you will be when you plant yourself in my presence. The past does not define the tree. The roots and the living water do. In me, you are planted by streams that never run dry. You will flourish. You will bear fruit again. Remember this always. My grace is greater than your grief. My mercy is deeper than your mistakes. My love is stronger than your losses. Where you see brokenness, I see potential. Where you see endings, I see new beginnings. Where you see ashes, I see beauty rising. So walk with me now into the future I have prepared for you. Do not look back with despair, but forward with hope. For I, the Lord your God, am with you. I will restore your time, I will redeem your story, and I will cause your heart to sing again. Trust me, and you will see that regret has no power in the light of my love. My dear children, let your hearts listen closely. You have often asked me in your silent prayers, Lord, can you truly make right what I have broken? Can you truly restore what I have lost? Hear my answer, yes. I am the Lord who redeems. I am the one who brings rivers into the desert and causes flowers to bloom where there was only dust. I do not look at you with condemnation. I look at you with compassion. I do not turn away from your regrets. I draw near to heal them. I know how deeply regret can cut. It is like a thorn pressing into the soul, reminding you of what might have been. It is like a shadow that follows you even in moments of light. But my dear children, regret has no authority over your future when you place it in my hands. I have nailed your past to the cross. I have spoken forgiveness over you. I have declared that my grace is sufficient for every moment you mourn, every opportunity you think has vanished. Lift your eyes and see the sunrise after the longest night. See the colors break across the horizon gold, crimson, violet, each one a whisper of my promise. The night cannot hold back the dawn, and in the same way, regret cannot hold back the new life I am bringing into you. The dawn has come because I am with you. My dear children, think again of Joel 2:25. I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten. This is not poetry without power. It is my living word, sharper than any sword, strong enough to cut through the lies of despair. Years you thought lost, years you thought the enemy had devoured, I declare them restored. Not just days, not just moments, but years. Entire seasons of your life can be gathered up, redeemed, and made fruitful again. Consider the story of the prodigal son. He wasted his inheritance in reckless living, spent his strength on empty pursuits, and returned home with nothing but shame. Yet when he came back, his father ran to him, clothed him in robes, placed a ring on his finger, and restored him to his place of honor. My dear children, hear me. You are that beloved child. Even if you feel you have squandered years, I welcome you home with open arms. I restore your dignity. I restore your purpose. I restore your joy. Let your soul rest in this truth. I am not limited by time. I created time. I stand outside of it, and I move within it as I please. You cannot outrun my mercy, and you cannot outlast my love. You may think, it is too late, but with me, it is never too late. I can restore in an instant what was lost in a lifetime. I can bring forth fruit in a single season that surpasses decades of barrenness. My dear children, imagine standing before a field that has lain desolate for many years. Weeds choke the soil, the earth is cracked, and there is no sign of life. But watch as I send the rain. Watch as the clouds gather and pour out their blessing. Watch as the soil softens, as seeds long dormant awaken, as green shoots push through the earth. That is what I am doing in your life. The field of regret will not remain barren. My rain will bring forth a harvest. Do not dwell on the what-ifs. Dwell on my promises. Do not let your mind replay the soundtrack of loss. Listen instead to the song I am singing over you. Yes, I sing over you with joy. I rejoice over you as a father delights in his children. My song is stronger than your sorrow, and my melody drives away despair. My dear children, every tear you have shed has been seen by me. I collect them as precious jewels. Not one has been wasted, and I promise you this: those who sow in tears will reap with songs of joy. Your tears are the seeds of tomorrow's laughter. Your mourning is the soil of tomorrow's celebration. Trust me, and I will turn your weeping into dancing. Come to me, and let me lift the heavy cloak of shame from your shoulders. Feel it slide away as I replace it with garments of praise. No longer will you walk bowed down. No longer will you be defined by the weight of your mistakes. You will walk clothed in my righteousness, radiant in my light, confident in my love. And when the enemy tries to remind you of the past, point him to the cross. For it is there that every regret was silenced, every debt was paid, every chain was broken. The cross is my eternal answer to your sorrow. The resurrection is my eternal promise of new life, and the Spirit is my eternal presence with you, guiding, comforting, empowering. My dear children, do you feel the warmth of my embrace? Do you hear the steady heartbeat of my love? Rest against me. Trust that I am carrying you into freedom. The road ahead is not barren but blessed. The future before you is not wasted but filled with hope. The clock of your life is not broken but restored, ticking in rhythm with my purposes, moving steadily toward the fulfillment of my promises. So, rise, children of light. Walk forward in joy. Leave regret behind and take my hand. For I, the Lord your God, am making all things new even the parts you thought were lost forever. My dear children, as this time together draws gently to a close, remain here in the stillness of my presence. Do not rush away from this sacred moment. Breathe in the peace I am placing upon you now, and let it fill every weary place within your soul. Just as sunlight breaks through the clouds after a long night of rain, so too my light now breaks through the shadows of your regret. I am clothing you with hope. I am covering you with my everlasting arms. Feel me drawing you close. I am your Father, and I gather you as a shepherd gathers lambs. I hold you near to my heart, and I whisper over you words of blessing, not of condemnation. You are my beloved, chosen before the foundation of the world. You are not defined by what you have lost, but by the love that never lets you go. Hear the river of living water flowing beside you now. Its current is steady, clear, and eternal. That river is my spirit within you, refreshing you daily, cleansing away the bitterness of yesterday, and filling you with the strength to walk forward. Just as a stream never ceases to flow, my grace never runs dry. You cannot exhaust it. You cannot outrun it. You cannot empty it. Drink deeply, my dear children, and know that you are forever sustained. Do not fear the days to come. The past may have left its scars, but the future is radiant with promise because I walk with you. As the psalmist wrote, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life, and you shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever." This is my promise. You are never alone. My goodness and mercy are not distant shadows. They are companions who walk beside you into every tomorrow. My dear children, I bless you now with peace. Let it rest upon your mind like soft rain on dry ground. Let it quiet the restless voices that whisper regret. My peace is not fragile. It is stronger than your storms. It is the calm after the thunder, the still waters after the raging flood. Rest in that calm, for I, the Lord, am your peace. I bless you with courage. The road ahead may seem uncertain, but my spirit goes before you as a pillar of light. Do not look back with fear. Lift your eyes forward with faith. Just as I parted the sea for my children long ago, I will make a way for you where there seems to be no way. Every step you take in my name is secure. Every moment is held within my plan. I bless you with hope, not a shallow hope that fades like mist, but a living hope anchored in my resurrection power. When the night seems longest, hope rises like the dawn. When despair tries to press in, hope shines like an unquenchable flame. This hope is my gift to you, my dear children. Hold it close, and it will steady your heart. Let me wrap you now in the embrace of a father. Lean against me and feel the steady rhythm of my heart beating for you. Hear it speak. I am with you. I am for you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. These are not empty promises. They are the eternal truth sealed in my covenant of love. Picture the storm clouds parting above your life. Watch as beams of light break through, spreading warmth over the landscape of your soul. The storm has passed, and the air is clear. The horizon glows with new beginnings. This is what I am giving you. Not just survival, but renewal. Not just healing, but restoration. Not just an end to sorrow, but the beginning of joy. My dear children, hold fast to this. Nothing in all creation can separate you from my love. Neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the past, nor anything else in all creation can remove you from my embrace. You are safe. You are secure. You are mine. So walk now in blessing. Walk in the light of my countenance. Walk in the strength of my spirit. And when regret tries to whisper again, silence it with my word. Behold, I make all things new. Speak it aloud. Let it echo in your heart. Let it become your anthem. For I am faithful to complete the good work I began in you. I bless your homes with peace. May the walls resound with laughter instead of sorrow. I bless your relationships with healing. May forgiveness flow freely and love take root deeply. I bless your work with purpose, that every task becomes an offering of worship. I bless your rest with renewal, that even in sleep my presence will watch over you. My dear children, receive these blessings not as distant promises, but as present realities. Even now, my spirit is moving in your life. Even now, I am restoring, healing, and renewing. Even now, I am preparing good things for you, things beyond what you could ask or imagine. As this message concludes, I want you to carry my presence with you. Do not think of this as the end, but as the beginning of a new chapter. Let my words echo in your heart throughout the day. Let my peace linger as you go about your work, your conversations, your rest. I walk with you always, and I will continue speaking to you if you will remain still to listen. And now, my dear children, I invite you gently to share what you have received. When you like, when you comment, when you subscribe, you are not simply engaging with a screen. You are helping spread my words of hope to others who long for light in their darkness. Let your small act become a ripple of grace, reaching far beyond what you can see. Encourage others to come and drink from the same river of living water. For my love is not meant to be hoarded, but to be shared.